Hello, this is Adam with DreamMade Productions. This video is made possible by the very kind donations of viewers like you. Thank you. If you are in a position to help this channel improve quality and grow, please visit my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below.
It is the 31st century, and mankind is once again at war. The battlefields of the future are dominated by huge robotic war machines known as battlemechs.
Hello! So, I got in a request for the original 40 tonners to look at first. I was originally going to open the box sets first, but since that was what somebody left in the comments, I'll post it around here somewhere. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the boxes. Have up first here the Heavy Recon Lance, the Recon Lance, and the Pursuit Lance. So let's open these bad boys up and take a look. Alright, first up we have the regular Recon Lance here. Pretty recon-y. Got a fire starter in there, an Scout, javelin, and what else is in here? A Spectre. Well, I don't know what a Spectre is, but let's open this thing up and take a look. Got my knife this time. Pretty standard box, what we're used to seeing from these Lance packs. Nothing super remarkable about it. There we go. Open it up here. We have our Alpha Strike and Pilot cards. Free Worlds League Spectre. Spectre must be a Free Worlds League mech. I'll have to look that up. Get the Scout there. Pull this out. Oh, not marked on the trays on which mech is which. And I don't know if the camera is picturing it very well, but there's artwork, it looks like, from the Mercenaries box set on there in the background. See, first up, we have the Scout. Scout is a fun mech to play, just got that one medium laser, but man, can it jump, and it's actually got some hit points. Kind of an alternative to a Spider. Good for getting in a position and trying to get those back hits with the punches or a kick or something. Most people will ignore it because with only a medium laser, it's not much of a threat. Good for like mission games when you need to get somewhere quick and get a unit just, on station to just hold something, or maybe jump in somewhere, wait a turn, and call in an LRM strike or something. Tag will help it a lot. Next up we have that Spectre. I can't say anything about this because I've never played the mech, and it sounds kind of familiar, but I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But I have heard of the fire starter, man. This thing is very, very specialty mech with all those flamers. It is a really cool idea, and anybody that's ever been really swarmed with infantry before knows that this thing is worth its weight in gold when fighting a bunch of them. This will convince infantry to go away and come back another day. And finally, the javelin. Good pose there with it walking. The javelin is actually a pretty good mech. Jump in and just dump 2 SRM6s or a bunch of streaks later on. There's the medium laser variant of it, which is also very good. Now, I did grab some other mechs to compare them to. This is the Javelin from the City Tech box set. So very similar scale. Quite a bit more detail on the redesign, but still pretty good detail on the City Tech box set edition. So these two are very, very close to the same scale. And you can really see, they really carried it over well. They didn't change all that much for the Javelin. Next up, I have the Fire Starter. They did change quite a bit here. He has a little bit less of the dark helmet, been modernized some. He does look quite a bit bigger than the old, well, not real old. This is the revised box set from Catalyst 26. I think this came in a Lance pack. But they kept all the same kind of design cues. They beefed up his legs some, but still kept them looking kind of the same. They got rid of his skirt, his back skirt there. Changed the jump jets, got rid of his back skirt there. They changed his jump jets from these cylinders here to more of the new design of jump jets. They kept his tanks, even though these really didn't make sense. I think this mech was designed when they were going to have ammunition for flamers instead of it being a fusion thing. But it became iconic, so it's been kept. Like I said, really toned down that dark helmet. But beefed it up some. Same basic height, but thickened it some. Again, I don't have anything to compare the Spectre to, but got 3 jump jets on the back there. Looking forward to looking up this thing and throwing it down on the tabletop at some point. Finally, we have the Scout. Now, I do have an Scout, but it is very much non-official. This thing I bought a while back from some people that I know. I'm pretty sure this is like some kind of cast on the original metal Scout. It is unseen, but you can tell they kept things somewhat similar. They did give it hands. This original one, I guess, did not. It's got its medium laser there, whereas before it was, kind of built in. Kept its kind of backpack, but split it up. With this being unseen, you can definitely tell this has been through the most changes. I'm still gonna like the original one better. What can I say? I'm a sucker for the egg mechs and the unseens. This one was the one that I remember when I was younger, and even though I don't have one of these, I'm still gonna like it slightly more than the redesign. Let's take a look at the next box set. I have the Pursuit Lance here. Same artwork in the back behind the mechs. Again, very basic to what we've gotten used to seeing with these Lance packs. Let's open this bad boy up and see what we got. Got the Alpha Strike cards and the Mech Warrior cards. Battlebound has told me that we're going to play some Alpha Strike if we can ever meet up at a con or get something together. So, looking forward to really learning Alpha Strike. I've never played. I do have the Alpha Strike rulebook, but never played it, so I'm looking forward to my first time being somebody that can really teach me. Pull out the mechs here. There we go. Oh, looking good there. Let's start with the Dervish. Real boxy. This is the previous Dervish from the revised run of plastic mechs. Still got those paddle hands. I do like how this one has the doors open, whereas before the doors are closed. Redesign the head a bit. Change the back quite a bit. Instead of those cylinder jump jets, we've got kind of boxy jump jets, and on the legs too, whereas they did not have them on the legs here of the Dervish. Looking good. I can't say which one I like better. This one definitely reminds me more of the MechWarrior video game. You know what? I would be happy to throw either one of these on the tabletop. They both look really good. Next up, we have the Cicada. I do have a Cicada here. So they beefed this one up, it looks like, a little bit. Same basic idea. Put the guns on it. Nice. Generally added a lot more detail while keeping all of the same kind of design cues. I am not a big Cicada fan. Oh, they reversed the legs. Look at that. Look at that. So, the first Cicada, it has regular knees. Its legs look very strange. It looks like it's double jointed with a reverse joint leg and a forward jointed knee. And the new Cicada only has the reverse joint knee. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So hip and knee, hip and knee, hip, knee, knee. Very neat. I can't say which one I like more. You know what? I'm going to go with the new one, with its more detail on it and being able to see the guns. I was never a giant Cicada fan, so point for the redo. They simplified it some. I do like how the double joint, having two kind of knees here, because your hip is up here, you've got a kind of a knee here and a knee here. As you can see where it's bent, so I don't know if it's... Yeah, this knee portion here looks like it's open a little more than this knee, so I literally think this thing's got two knees, whereas this one's only got one. So I guess point a little here because it's more imaginative, more alien, and I like this sculpt more. So still happy to put either one of these on the tabletop. Next up, we have the Hermes 2. And I have the original Hermes here. This is from the original Catalyst box set, so the so-called lower quality one. They beefed him up some. Looks like he's about the same size, a little teeny bit taller. Quite a bit thicker, though. Aside from that, he really has his gun defined here as opposed to being flush with his chest on this old one. Got his arm gun here, his fist. Definitely tell more of a gun on his arm there. Was never a big Hermes 2 fan. The one with the, I think, dual large lasers, I think. Hermes 3, I think, is what it was called. Changed some on the back there. Yeah, gotta say, another one surprises me. I much prefer this Hermes too. The old one looks kind of cool, very small. This one's much chunkier. So yeah, I don't play Hermes 2s very much, but if I am gonna play this one. Finally, got the Clint, and I can tell you this has been through a redesign, because this is the old Clint. This is from the redesign box set, the higher quality Catalyst box set, and it is much more blocky. The old Clint definitely has more of a head, whereas this one has no neck. Gun looks a little better. A little bit less of a flush chest, more of an angular one. Not a huge Clint fan. Changed the back quite a bit. Got rid of the cylinder jump jets. More modern jump jets. Head, you can tell, very much the same. That kind of dopey looking head continued on with the ears on it. Again, I haven't played the Clint a whole lot. It has not been a mech that has impressed me. So, wow, point again for the redesign. Just looks cooler. Bigger, heftier. Well, that is the Pursuit Lance. Let us take a look at the Heavy Recon Lance. Inner Sphere Heavy Recon Lance. I'm not sure how much I would... Well, it's still Recon, but let's take a look. It's got the same artwork as the other box sets. Or Force packs, Lance packs, whatever. Expansion packs. So let's see. Assassin Alpha Strike card. Piloting cards. Pull this bad boy out here. Oh. The Assassin. Don't play the Assassin very much. It just sort of... It can move around really good. It is a real pain. It just doesn't have a lot of firepower. And if I'm going to go with an Assassin, something like this, I'm going to go probably with a Spider or an Scout. But here is the original Assassin. This is from the first Catalyst set, so it is the low quality Assassin. You can definitely tell they kept a lot of... Ooh, the back opens up. Oh, I hope the camera is catching that. They got rid of the jump jets down here on the buttocks and added them up here where they kind of open up some. That is cool. Just generally more detail. These definitely look more like intakes as opposed to these little marks. Yeah. Beefed it up some. It's about the same height, but thicker. Wow, it is just impressing me. Cockpit is much more defined. Yeah, wow, point again for the new one. More detail on the legs. Don't play Assassins very much, but the redesign looks more of a war machine. And the old one, I don't think I've ever noticed this before. Look at this. It's off center. Off center, man. Oh, wow. Okay. Next up we have the Merlin, the first new mech designed in the Secession Wars. Designed by the Periphery, if I'm not mistaken. I have never had a Merlin before, and the Merlin has been in Battletech for a very, very long time. I'm sure Battlebound can tell us the first appearance of the Merlin, but this was the mech that I remember they always used as the example for designing your own mech in the old books. So, very cool to finally have one that I can throw down. Looking forward to playing this. I'm sure some Inner Sphere pilots are gonna run into this and be surprised at some point in a video. Next up, I have the Osrock. And again, I do have an Osrock, but it is non-official. It is another one of those plastic resin ones that I got years ago. And you can tell they kept some of the design cues, but changed others. And I can tell you right now, this one's going to be my favorite. The ridiculousness of the old one. The quintessential egg mech. It's just so wonderfully 80s Battletech that it will always be one of my favorite looking mechs for its complete ridiculousness of it. But I am glad they kept the kind of basic design, but they did change a lot, and that is fine. That being an unseen mech, they had to, and it is still a cool representation of the Osrock. I enjoy playing the Osrock. I've played it in several games. And it has the definite dishonor of being... I have a friend that I finally talked into playing Battletech. He has been my friend since college. Technically known him since high school. Got him to play Battletech with me for the very first time. I had an Osrock. He had an Osrock. I had a Hunchback. He had a Hunchback. On the very first shot of the very first game, took my Osrock's head off. So he won, more or less, from firing one shot with his Hunchback to my Osrock on his very first game, and in, 20 years has never let me forget it. So, beloved Osrock, who also in a roundabout way is responsible for griefing that is kept up to this day. But it is nice to have another in my collection. Finally, we have the Charger. And of course, I have a Charger here. What can I say about the Charger? I did an entire video on the Charger, replying to Tex's legendary Charger video, where I believe I found a use for the Charger, and I have several times on the tabletop. It is very dependent on it being a kind of mission-based scenario, as opposed to just throw some mechs down. Yeah, if you just throw some mechs down and you throw the 5 small laser Charger by Alpha Strike, or not Alpha Strike, by Total Warfare rules, you are already in forced withdrawal because you don't have a weapon that shoots more than 3 spaces. So, yeah, the Charger. What can I say? They definitely beefed it up. It is much taller than the old Charger and quite a bit thicker. The change of scale of Battletech over so slightly. Redesign the back. You do not have that kind of blank back to it. Doesn't have the cornery butt on the back. Kept the head kind of redesign. Made it blockier. No neck. I can't say which one I like more. Definitely made the pistol of the small laser more pronounced. Very close. Very close. I can't say which one I like better. I think I would like the old one better if it were this big. But I would say this is very close. Very much a tie right now. I would throw down either one of these and be pleased. And I will. I play Chargers more than anyone should. Don't get me wrong, this mech still sucks, but I don't think it's the worst mech in all of Battletech that a lot of people say. I still put that honor on the Vulcan because, well, every single time I've played a Vulcan, it has been a disaster. And I have played the Charger and had it work out okay to fairly well, to its sucking balls. So I will take the occasional good showing of the Charger over the so far nothing but bad showings of the Vulcan. Alright, that is it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed looking at these 3 Lance packs. I'll be back to fulfill my promise of showing all of the original OG 40 tonners with the next set of Lance packs. Then, unless I get another request, I will go ahead and open up the box set and the dice game and look at those. Then we'll start looking at the vehicles and other random packs. And leave me a message below. What did you think of these mechs? Will you be picking up any of these Lance packs if you haven't already? Which ones do you like better out of these? And as always, I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come.
Hello, this is Adam with Dream Made Productions. Thank you for watching my content. It really means a lot that you have given me the chance to entertain you. If you would like to support the channel, please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below. Also below is a link for PayPal, or links if you would like to send crypto, if that's more your thing. Please know any amount that you give will be cherished and used to upgrade equipment and improve the channel. You can also help the channel by subscribing, turning on notifications, liking, commenting, and sharing my channel with anyone you think might be interested. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come.